Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another fine Sunday morning show by myself, yours truly. I got to admit, I literally sat down 2 seconds ago. It's been a hectic morning, so we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants again this morning. So I just want to say good morning to everybody. And happy 30th anniversary to Windows 95, folks. You guys remember Windows 95? Some of you old folks like me probably remember it. I remember it very well because, let's see, 30 years ago today, I was working third shift at my employer, my current employer, and I was listening to a radio broadcast of the midnight release of Windows 95 at Best Buy. So there were actual reporters on the radio covering the midnight release of Windows 95. That's how big a deal it was back then, because we were going from Windows 3.1 to I think ME was in there somewhere in between, and then Windows 95 was the major redesign of Windows, and it was a big deal. I remember the Weezer video too. So they actually included a video that had like a Happy Days opening to Weezer. So here we are 30 years later, and some people still have Windows 95 installed. And yes, we do, because I happen to know of at least one organization that has Windows 95 still installed on a desktop somewhere. It's a shame, but that's what it is. So, guys, I'm rocking my Air Force Marathon in Training shirt today. Training's going well. I started week 15 today. Sundays are usually kind of rest days for me to take a break from the intense training that I'm going through. And but I did get up this morning, and I went to the gym for kind of a walk plus run, light impact bout on the treadmill. So nothing major. Gosh, my throat's not even clear, folks. That's how bouncing around I am this morning. But so yeah, training's going well. This week is another high intensity week. I've got a lot of miles during the week. And next Saturday, I am looking dead in the face of my second and last 20-mile run leading up to the marathon, which is, of course, the same weekend. The Cleveland Gaming Classic is going on for you folks heading to Cleveland. I will be heading to Dayton. So we'll be in the same state, but not in the same city. So Saturday the 20th, September 20th is the date that I will be running the marathon. So all of you guys at the Cleveland Gaming Classic that day, please send your thoughts my way, because I can use them. I don't know how I'm going to do in this marathon. My 3 previous attempts at running a marathon didn't go so well. I basically wore out past mile 20, and it was a struggle to finish the last 6 miles. So my goal was to have a 40-minute PR, better my time by 40 minutes. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'd be happy right now if I just PR'd or got a new personal best time. So, yep, But anyway, we're looking forward to the trip. The gal and I, she's going to run the half marathon. I'm going to run the full, and I'll be running on the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base there in Dayton, and so that's where it is. Guys, I forgot the pickle. I'm so sorry. I left the pickle upstairs. That again, flying by the seat of my pants. So I won't be doing a pickle during the broadcast today. Sorry. Let's take a moment to say hi to everybody that joined us. Mike Hockhurts is here. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. They Be Me says that's a view for the background, whatever that means. Oh, you're talking about behind me right now? Yeah. I love my arcade. Welcome, though. Stock Jock is here. Stock Jock, you gave me that stupid pickle idea the other day. As soon as I watched that stream, I got on Amazon and I actually, because my pickle's a little, don't clip this, my pickle's a little different than yours. It plays a different yodel. I think you got yours on Woot. I went for the Amazon route just to see if I could get it here quickly. And I did. And my gal looks at me and she looks at me, I'm playing it. And she goes, "What the hell did you buy?" And I said, it's a yodeling pickle. So anyway, it was a hoot. I'll take it to work and I'll freak the guys at work out tomorrow. Let's see. Gramps Arcade is here. Good to see you, Gramps. Welcome, welcome. Ted Adam Green is here. Always good to see you, Ted. Welcome, welcome. Yes, no AI rap stuff. Let's see. Robot Ron is here. Welcome, Robot Ron. Appreciate it. Ted says he loved Windows 95. I have mixed feelings. Windows 95, of course, it being an earlier model of Windows, had some issues, and technically rolling that out to a district, a community college district was incredibly difficult because you had to compile networking drivers into it. I got to take a break, folks. I'm terribly sorry. I haven't redone my mute buttons either to cancel that out, but so sorry. But yeah, Windows 95 had a lot of issues, and that I remember. And back then, I was in charge of imaging desktops, and you can imagine 30 years ago, imaging is not what it is today. Imaging is a lot simpler today. Technology has improved, but back then, imaging a desktop was hard. And getting it to other desktops was even harder. So it presented challenges. That's what I remember of Windows 95. Was it groundbreaking? Yes. Yes, it was. It changed the direction and how Windows was moving forward. So anyway, Stock Jock, you're lying. I know you know what Windows 95 is. Yeah, ME was a disaster. And actually, I was going through some stuff a few months ago, and I actually came across the Windows ME CD, and I just kind of tacked it to the wall as kind of memories. I could go get it if y'all want to hear that thing. All right. Some things are going on. I almost canceled the show today and went to another IndyCar race. IndyCar is in Milwaukee today at the Milwaukee Mile. You guys that have access, go ahead and watch it. I'm a big IndyCar fan. I didn't go today because I've my observation of that track is that they've done a lot of safety improvements to that track, mostly at the behest of Roger Penske. And the camera angles at that track aren't so great. So whenever I go to the Milwaukee Mile, I used to always go as a general admission where I'd just wander around, and any available seat I would just sit in. Or I for the most part, I stayed in the infield, and I would shoot photos over the fence. They used to have just a regular yard fence dividing the track from the infield. It's not like that anymore. Safety is paramount these days, and I understand why. But still, from a photographer standpoint, having a fence in the way hampers a lot of things. And I'm not credentialed at the Milwaukee Mile, so it's easy to shoot photos at Road America because there's so many beautiful vantage points to take pictures from where you don't even need to be a credentialed photographer. And the Mile used to be that way, but not anymore. They have high fencing now all around the track on except for the front straightaway, but for obvious reasons. But so I'm not going. I've been to 3 IndyCar races this year. I don't need to go to another one. And I will go back to the Mile someday, but I've told folks that I won't be going back as a photographer. I'll go back as a fan. And I suspect that attendance today is going to suck because at 9:30, just about 45 minutes ago, the track actually sent out a text trying to get people to come to the race, claiming that they just released more early admission. They want to fill the stands, so they just released more general admission tickets. I think they are panicking because their sales leading up to this event aren't that great. And it's never been that great at the Milwaukee Mile. I don't know why that is. It's such a great racetrack, such a great place to watch an IndyCar race. But for some reason, logistically, State Fair Park, that track sits dead in the center of West Allis, Wisconsin. That's where our State Fair Park is. State Fair runs the track. So parking there is always a challenge, and getting in and out of it is always a challenge. So I think many folks just decide, you know what, I'll just watch it on TV. They don't black it out here. So after this, if I wanted to go watch the race later, I can. And that's probably what I'll do. I do have a lot of things to do around the house today. I do have to mow the grass. I haven't mowed it in a couple weeks, so it's looking kind of long in the tooth, and so I need to get that done. What other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, first of all, I wanted to ask folks here in the chat. I did pose the question on one of the Discords I'm a member of. Is anybody having problems with their @Games HD logging in? Because when I fired up the arcade this morning, the Legends Pinball is throwing me a network problem issue. Every time I try to log in, I'm getting a network error. They want me to check my network. Well, my network is fine because I'm streaming to you right now. But I still can't log into that @Games HD. The 4KP is fine. My HD is fine. My actual Legends Ultimate is fine. For some reason, something's going on with the HD pinball. So they be me. I assume, judging from the way you're commenting, is that you're off from my area. So yes, it is cool to hear the racing. I live near Slinger, and every Sunday I can hear the sounds from Slinger Speedway. Generally, it has to be a clear, quiet night for me to be able to hear the race cars, but I generally do. It's always nice to hear the Slinger cars on the track. Yeah. Just going to State Fair, it's a mess. And you know, the flooding that we've recently had, how the infield at State Fair Park or at the Milwaukee Mile got people's cars got flooded up to half almost in the infield there. So that's generally where I park when I go to fair. But we never go to fair when it's threat of rain. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful little town, but a pain in the butt to get in and out of State Fair Park. Okay, PB&J reports that he's had problems logging into the pinball for several days, on and off. Okay, well, that makes me feel better because it's not just me. I haven't had the arcade up since, well, I had it up on Thursday, so I was able to log in on Thursday. I don't know why I'm not able today. So thanks for letting me know, though. Appreciate it. This is interesting. Zero Redux, by the way, welcome, says, I'm being asked to log in at games pretty much every time I turn on the 4K. That's interesting because I literally never have to log in on my 4KP. It never asks. I think the last time I had to log in was when I set it up, to be honest. So yeah, I wanted to ask that because it's annoying. I did kind of hear rumblings of an issue, but I didn't think it was affecting me. But well, you know. A little side note. I did go see Fantastic Four: First Steps yesterday, guys. That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I think that this movie. I'm crossing my fingers that this movie helps reset Marvel into doing things the way they should be doing, which is basically catering to a male-centric audience, and you know, with a few women tagging along. Women like Marvel too, but I just feel like Marvel's gotten into a situation where they feel they need to write characters or adjust plot lines to cater more towards women, to bring more women in, and they never had to do that. They were successful, way more successful, with the formula that they were running with. So, Fantastic Four is a great movie. Go see it. Some of the things I liked about it, the sets are just terrific. Now, I'm nostalgic for a lot of 60s and 70s looking sets, and you get that kind of nostalgia with this movie. And the score. I'm a big fan of movie scores. I'm a collector of movie scores. Probably should have a YouTube channel just touching on movie soundtracks, but I don't, because I could probably talk your ear off about soundtracks all day. But Michael Giacchino is the composer of Fantastic Four: First Steps, and he did an amazing job with that score. My only disappointment there is I can't buy a CD. I have to either download it from Apple Pay or Amazon Music. So I understand that's the way of things now, but I still like having a physical copy of the media. The interesting thing is they did do a vinyl version of the Fantastic Four soundtrack. I don't have a record player. Yeah, I don't. So I don't recall ever seeing a movie named Weapons. Now I have to Google it. Oh, there it is. New Line Cinema. Something Wrong in Maybrook. I'll have to read up on that movie. I'm not big into horrors, or I like mysteries, but horrors not so much. So yeah, Fantastic Four, great movie. Go see it. I seriously don't know why they're doing so poorly at the box office. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, and I know some of that scoring is skewed from time to time, but both the critics and the audiences love this movie based on the popcorn meter that they have now. It's like 97%, I think, last time I looked. So you know, the box office for that movie just isn't doing very well. People like to stream now, I get it. But for me, I like the movie going experience. So um, let's try and boost the earnings of that movie up because it deserves it. It's a good film. I don't know, Stock Jock. I call them record players. Maybe it's an Indiana thing. I don't know. I was born and raised in Indiana. My first record player was something my grandma bought me from Sears. Take a look at the arcade. Not much else happening here. I do want to show you. So, I made my first My Arcade purchase. This thing is light as can be, too, by the way. So the My Arcade pole position, and I'm not using battery power. I'm just using USB-C jack. But this thing, I play pole position better on this thing than I ever did in the arcade. One of the things I did do, I think Jason Little Alien posted, I think it was P-Dub's Discord, posted a link to a sit-down add-on to this where this would fit right into it and basically make it look like a sit-down pole position. So going to be, that's on order. I think it's coming Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. So I can put this thing together and make it a part of my 1/6 scale display. Oh, my throat is just off right now. I did eat just before. I want to make sure I didn't have a hungry stomach. And my nose is like leaking everywhere, and I don't have any tissues down here. Rough. Gonna rough it today. So let's talk about or not. There we go. I had to bring it. Well, wait a second. Somebody backed out. When I brought this up this morning, it was over 500,000. That's interesting. We're talking about the GRS Build-A-Cade FU Edition. The Kickstarter ends today, folks. You have hours left. You have 9 hours left, according to the latest refresh. Somebody backed out because it was over 500,000 this morning. Ted says the movie felt like Walt Disney made it himself. That, you know, when you think about it, that's actually kind of true. It does feel like Walt Disney made it. But anyway, we're at 262 backers. Now we got under 500 grand. So maybe somebody did that just to make my stream description wrong. Because when I set the stream up this morning, it was over 500. So somebody backed out. Which one of it was you? One of you guys back out? Yeah, that's probably what it was, Stock Jack. But I'm looking forward to this. Good to see you're in there, They Be Me. You're getting the 26-inch. I opted for the 19-inch rotating screen. I thought that'd be cool. So I'm gonna get that. I did briefly toy with getting both, but I figured I really can't. I can afford it, but do I really want to use that money elsewhere? So I stuck with one, the 19-inch rotating screen, and I do also have the GI Joe's cabinet on the order. Stop it, Stock Jock. I could say the same about you. Buy another one. But I'm looking forward to this. I assume my credit card, I'll get a notice that it was charged after midnight or something. So y'all that ordered this, don't be surprised. You're probably going to get a credit card charge, you know, in the next day or so, the next 24 hours. So I expect it. I know it's coming. So let's take a peek. What's the latest numbers? We're up to 76 backers on the super early bird, 19-inch edition. There's 24 left, so you can get in on that. Let's see. There's of the 26 screen edition, there's still 43 of those left. Interesting. I don't know why this says only one backer for this. Same thing here. All right, the mega packs, 40 backers. This is what I got. There's 10 left. So you can still get in on that if you want. And the 26-inch mega pack. There's only 3 left of those. So more of you bought the 26-inch than the 19-inch. And of course, the super mega pack. 14 of you folks back that. So there's 36 of those left. So, yeah, I almost went for the super mega pack, but then I'd have to buy the control panels. So I didn't want to, I just went for the 19-inch. But I'm really happy for Glen, even if it's finishes under 500,000. Come on, guys. I mean, if you're on the fence, let's put him over 500 grand today. So, anywho, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for GI Joel's cabinet. I saw that he's already shipped one. It looks like so. Folks should start seeing those arriving on their doorsteps. I have a guess in my brain of who got the first one. So we'll just leave it at that. I won't say who. I speculate who got it. More power to him. I'm happy for him. So as soon as I get it, I do have the artwork on order from what was the name? Stinger Smith or something like that. I do have Donkey Kong Jr. artwork on order. So that should be here on Tuesday, actually. So I'm thinking I'm going to get the artwork before I get the cabinet, which is good. I want them both here so that I can do a live stream and putting it together. Hockey Town Arcade is here. Welcome. Biggie D's Arcade is here. Welcome. And so is Cornercade. Welcome, Cornercade. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Sticker Smith. Yeah, thank you, Stock Jock. I hate getting names wrong because he's doing yeoman's work for the community, putting those kits together for us for GI Joel's cabinet. And I assume, we may be going to him for the GRS Build-A-Cade FU, although I think Glen's more trying to push people towards Joe Zabel and other providers as well. So I don't know what Glen's got in mind. He might not. I might. I know. I think I've heard rumblings that GI Joel will. In fact, I've seen a post by him himself actually say that because somebody asked the question if he was going to do another round, and he wanted to start small just to make sure he had everything nailed down, and then he'd probably go ahead and do another release of his cabinet. So, but as for Glen's Build-A-Cade FU Edition, I haven't seen Glen come out and say whether or not they're just going to be generally available on his website or not. So just stay tuned. Oh, my throat. I'm sorry, guys. My goodness. All right, so congrats to Glenn. Really happy for him. Okay. We've had some pinball releases this week. One of them didn't go so well. I believe that was, what was it? Magic Carpet did not have, or had some issues. Hold down that so my face isn't so bright. You know, Stock Chuck, I was kind of wondering that myself. It would be kind of nice if they produced, like, say, did a limited run of maybe 250 and just kept them in the warehouse, and then and put them up on the website, and then people can go order them if they want. I don't know what he's got planned for that though. But I kind of agree with you. So we've had some pinball releases. I did download the Williams Pack 9 for the 4KP. I'd already previously done it for the Pinball X FX VR. So, yeah, Danny, I don't know if I got that name right. There was a problem with pinball on one of the pinball games that was released by At Games Thursday, I want to say. To one of the content creators said, "Don't buy this yet because they have to fix it." But I have been playing a lot of pinball lately, both in VR and outside. And one thing I learned is that I'm not very good at it. So, but it's fun. I just like banging the ball around, getting into all the interesting techniques and everything. You know, I watch some streams from now and then, and it's interesting to pick up some of the tips on how to play some of these games sometimes. Magic Castle. Thank you, Hockey Town. I'm old. What are you going to do? I have CRS disease. Can't remember shit. So maybe I'll do a marathon fundraiser where y'all can contribute money for the study and benefit of those who suffer from CRS. Yeah. What else do we talk about? I used to be very organized on topics. I used to write them down and I used to go through my list on streams. But lately, the last few streams that I've done, I've always flew in here at the last second. I didn't want to go another week with canceling a show. So here I am. One thing I do want to talk about and touch on is here. Let me just bring it up. Let's see. This comes from Kev Gret, actually. I'll give him credit because he's the one that illuminated me to it. Nope, let's not do that. And he put a link in here for me. There we go. All right, I have the link. So those of you here we go. I'll put it up. So those of you that have the arcade to TV XR for your arcades for your Pinball FX VR, here is the haptics kit for that device. So looks like their initial pre-orders are going to be for 150. I'm guessing the regular price, the MSRP, will be 200 for it, but if you pre-order it, it'll probably be at the 150. So I'm looking forward to this. I'll be as soon as they open this up, because right now it's not open up for orders. So when the pre-order goes live, pay attention, because they've got the website placeholder in place. Hang on a second, Stock Jock. You've got an order in already? Did this thing like sell out day one and I didn't even know? Because right now I can't order this. It says sold out. Hockey Town, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, man. Okay. I was panicking. So they haven't turned on orders yet for this. But it is something, it's a day one purchase for me, so I'll be getting it. I know a lot of you probably will too. And then of course that'll be a stream. I'll definitely do it live and on stream. I'm thinking about making a couple of purchases this week that hopefully will be here by next weekend's show. No, Danny, that it just says sold out because I don't believe they just put the placeholder in for the item and they haven't turned it on for orders yet. So they basically told it to just tell everybody it's sold out right now until they're ready to put it up for pre-orders. So the placeholder is here and it looks like we're getting it for 150 initially. So Ted asks me if I have any familiar with the Vectrex console. Nope, I do not. I have seen it. I have touched it at Midwest Gaming Classic. The old Vectrexes, but no. It's not an obligation to buy this for me, Danny. I want this thing. So, oh, you're talking about the purchases I have in mind. No, I'm not buying those. The things I have in mind, I'm not buying because I feel like I need to provide content for you folks. If I started doing that, I would stop streaming. If I can't come on here and talk, about home arcades without doing something every week, yeah, I'd like to have something to do every week, but it's not going to be that way. At least one of the purchases I'm thinking of making is something I've wanted. So I've wanted for the arcade. The other one too. So anyway, looking forward to the haptics kit, and thank you, Kevgrad, for posting about this earlier in the week and providing me the link. So I've got that link bookmarked. I'll be checking it to see when pre-orders go live, and just stay tuned. I'll probably put up a community post when it goes live so that everybody knows. I'm sure a lot of other people will too. But yeah, man, this stupid window is bright. Dark mode. That's better. All right. Nothing's changed in the arcade since last week. The only change is I bought the pole position My Arcade. So I do have I expect the GI Joe unit to come hopefully soon, and that'll probably be my next live mod. So looking forward to it. Anything else? Let's see. What do you guys want to talk about? Any topic you want to talk about? I have no dog in the fight for Iconic Arcade. Uh, I'm not a big Street Fighter fan. I would love to get the Yoga Flame back if I could find one. There's a couple in the area here that I could pounce on, but it's not a priority for me. It's not something I have to have in the arcade. I just like the look of the Yoga Flame. So that would be my Street Fighter cabinet. I have no interest. And I even got less interest in it when I heard that they're trying to lock down the Pi 5 in it to where it couldn't be modded. So not interested in the Iconic Arcades. Now, if they do a retro game that I actually love, I might try buying one to see how it is. There's a putt-putt tournament going on, or a pixel putt tournament going on. I believe P-Dub's Discord is running that. I wish I could do it, but guys, you guys know my schedule, my training schedule and my work schedule. I'm rarely available during the week, and weekends are even tougher. So no, I did not. I know you're joking. I've been playing a lot of bowling and a lot of pixel walkabout mini golf. I did try the Tokyo course. I hate it. Thoughts on the LED lighted T-molding on arcade cabs? I have not seen those. Danny, how much you selling that thing for? I might be interested. Might. All right. Anyway. Oh, the Arcade 1-Up T2 was released this week. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Slimcade design of it. I like the fact that it's, it's deluxe form factor, no riser and coin door and all that stuff. But I don't like the thin neck on the top, So those of you that missed out on T2, though, this is your only option. I get it if you decide to buy it. But it just seems like a step back. And I kind of thought about getting another T2 just to have it side by side with my Space Invaders converted T2. But there's really no need because I have T2 on that Space Invaders retro shooter mod that I bought. So, oh no, Stock Jock, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I wish I could carve out more time for that. I still have not golfed with anybody else. So, Danny, I will contact you and see how much you want for it. Let me guess, you're having trouble getting artwork for it? I follow some YouTube channels that have been roasting the Fantastic Four movie, and it just drives me. It's to the point now where I'm kind of thinking about unfollowing or unsubscribing from some of these people because twice now, at least twice now, these guys have put down movies that I've actually liked. So I don't trust their opinions anymore. So all right, I got nothing else. It's Sunday. I got chores to do. I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, but uh, I've got to mow the grass, like I said earlier. It's getting pretty long, and I don't want the homeowners association to crawl up my butt about it. So I got to get out there and fix it. And but I appreciate everybody coming this morning to spend a little time with me. Um, it's always a joy to come in and share experiences and products with you. Oh, okay, Danny, I see that. Yeah, Ted, they're trash talking these movies just to get clicks, and it's fake. You know, there's a lot of content that they've put out that I've actually agreed with, but you know, when it comes to picking movies, or they just come down on movies just for the. It seems like they do it just for the clicks, just to get people clicking on them and watching them. And um, Fantastic Four was kind of the last straw because I wanted to go see that movie anyway, regardless of what anybody said of it. And um, I I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, what? You know, first half hour, I'm like, this has been pretty good. And then I got all the way through the movie, and I'm like, well, next time I looked at my watch, it was like 2 hours in, and I'm like, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice that we've gone 2 hours. So the pacing on the movie is okay, except it was a little slow at the beginning, but and overall, that movie is a good movie, and people should be out there going to see it. They should be excited to go see it. This is no Eternals. This is no Shang-Chi or the Marvels. It's nothing like those movies. So, guys, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Give it a chance. And I realize the movie theater experience is expensive these days. It's just me and my gal, so and she doesn't eat popcorn. She's got dietary restrictions, so it's you know, I can afford to go to the movies. But I realize a family of 4 or 5 is gonna have a hard time plunking down a lot of movie to go see a movie in theaters these days. But for me, who grew up in the 70s and 80s, the theater is the place to be to go see movies. Watching it on your TV at home, it's just not the same. I agree, Stock Jack. Um, and you know, those channels don't get a subscribe from me either. So, you know, it's sad that that's the way it has to be, but we all make choices. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna finish up my chores and hopefully have some time left where I can just plop myself in the chair and watch something stupid for the rest of the afternoon. I got to go back to work tomorrow, like the rest of you do. So have a good week, a safe week, and you know, don't do anything stupid like I do at some point during the week and have to make up for it. So, but have a good week, a safe week. I appreciate everybody, and if you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I love seeing that number tick up. So, but as always, guys, remember, I got next.